Hello, everybody. I was watching another creator just now. No, we're not co-hosting. Nope. Don't know why that came up. So, give me a second. Oh boy, I was eating my dinner. Gave myself some indigestion because I postponed eating till the very last possible minute. And then I had to run next door because we're still having issues with our water. So, all right, my laptop is up. I am up, and I have a big thing. Hello, Miss Judy. Did I clear that? Okay, cool. Hello, Miss Marsha. Hi, Lenny. You all have been very, very productive and busy little dot artists. It's awesome to see you guys creating. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. I actually even got an invite to a live from Jessica today. Good, how are you? I wanted to go live, visit everybody's live today, but I ended up on a live this morning and ended up becoming a UGC creator on Fiverr at the end of the day. Thank you for the heart, me. How are you, Marcia? So anyways, yeah, so it was one of those things where I was like, I have wanted to figure out how to do UGC and not through this platform. So they kind of walked you through everything. User-generated content. Hi, Cece. Oof. So basically, like, here on this platform, you can buy products and then do like TikTok shop where, you're showing the products and everything. But on this platform, unless people are buying from you, you're not really getting anything from your time and effort. So that's kind of where I was. I was kind of like at a standstill with that, which is fine. I enjoy doing it, but this other way is like companies find you. And that was happening. Like I was getting companies reaching out, but it's misleading. Let's just put it that way. Hi, Mason. How are you? If you all haven't been on Mason's page, like I said, he's making those really pretty keychains. And are they just keychains or are they necklaces too, Mason? I think they could be both. Well, we dug a big hole. Both. Okay, that's what I thought. We dug a big hole and still didn't accomplish what we needed to. Could not find that pressure tank. He's learned how to use the tractor quite well. But, oh my God. I don't even know. I don't know. Part of the problem is they purchased this property in haste and didn't have a home inspection done. So they have zero idea about the well, zero idea about the septic. So all of this we would have known, or could have figured out, but I didn't buy it. Him and his dad did, so I'm just hanging out. But I do feel like I'm going to the laundromat to go do laundry. I have to go next door, whatever. But it's been a great, I guess I'm complaining, but life could be worse. So, Hi, thank you for the follow, Alejandra. Somebody's comment was already filtered. So I live in a very rural area, and I guess they probably have the well placement and the septic placement, but not necessarily where this pressure tank was buried. So normally when you have a well, like you have a pressure tank, and I mean, you guys may or may not know this. I'm learning all of this, which I really don't have enough room in my brain to learn more stuff. But you have this pressure tank. Normally, it's inside it's inside the house. Now, maybe in the basement, depends on like your frost level. But apparently, in this area, back in the day, they would bury them in the ground. Now, our frost line is like 4 foot deep. He is dug down 6 feet. Like literally, the chickens have a playground back there. They didn't know they were getting one, but they have a playground full of dirt, and he only has the 2 days off. So I don't know. It's kind of crazy. But anyways, welcome everybody for being here. Hi, thank you for the follow, Lorena. I am Victoria. I am a registered nurse and a nurse practitioner student who paints for relaxation. And that's what we're going to do tonight. So we voted. We're going to go ahead and finish this. If you're new to the community, you could say hi in the chat. Let us know where you're tuning in from. But before I continue, hi, Kim. Did everybody, their air quality improve? It improved here. Thank you, Judy. You know, that was my mom's name. Judith Ann. Thank you, Judy. Did everybody's like air quality improve? I don't know. All of a sudden I'm stuffy, but ours has. Okay. Judith Elaine. Yeah, Judith Ann. Oh, a dolphin. Oh, I didn't see it. Oh, I'll have to look at the... Thank you. Well, that's good. Yes, it has been very nice. We definitely... Thank you for the heart me. It's so cute when it dances in the middle of the painting. Oh, all right. So, is there anybody new here? Are we all kind of on the same page? If you're new here, you know what? It's funny, when I walked back from doing my laundry at the AKA laundromat, I thought about that. I was like, God, it would be so nice to paint outside, just not set up to do that. But it's in my plans. Oh no, that stinks. Well, if you're new here, like I said, I was gonna say drop a. Oh, thank you for the bubble gum. Although I can't chew it. Drop a red something in the chat so we know you're new, because I really want to make sure that if you are new, you may not be comfortable asking questions yet. So, you can ask questions. Let me turn my fan on because I feel warm, but not that close. Holy cow. So we also talked, oh my God, you guys. So oh my goodness, thank you guys. I appreciate you. So I went and dug out the Christmas ornaments that I had done. Now these, I did paint that one. I didn't paint all of these. But these I did the very first year that I started, so I had no idea what I was doing. So I don't know if you're going to be able to see them. Let me come up here. Try not to get that glare on there. So I had no idea what I was doing. And I did freehand them. I did not do any marks. But they were super fun to make, regardless. I did the glitter inside. These are 3-inch. No, these are 2.5-inch in diameter, so they're small. And then I did this one. But again, these were several years old, and I was really pretty much just playing around. And they're all just super tiny dots, no real design or anything. And then, like I said, all the other ones I did. Oh, this one. Did I show this one? I don't know if I showed that one. That was like, looks kind of like the evil eye in the middle. But this wouldn't necessarily be the direction of our path. I think we should, oh my goodness, I already lost the box. I just started and I'm already losing stuff. It's a clear box, so in my defense, oh, here it is. In my defense, that's probably why I can't find it. But I did everybody's that was, well, including the kids. We've had more kids or grandbabies since then, but we had I did all of their initials. So like I said, I thought, and it's not a requirement, but I think if you guys are interested in, so you all know, like, glitter doesn't matter, it gets everywhere. It's not a requirement, but I think we should maybe spend a couple of lives doing smaller designs and then getting, a marking pencil that everybody says actually works. I know Judy, and that's another. No, I'm not interested, Be Global, but thank you for reaching out. Oops, Jesus. I was thinking of ways to, like, graduate into this because it is a rounded surface. It's not round, but it's rounded. So it presents new challenges for new painters. But one way would be to start painting on a smaller scale. So I think that would be something that, we spend a couple of lives doing. This is 4, yes. Wait. I don't know if I recommend 4 or 3. Depends on what size ornaments we kind of, yeah, this is a 4. But the goal would be to get something like this going so that you can replicate this onto the ornament. Hi, Jackie. Thank you for the follow. So it's up to you if you guys feel like you want to try and go with a 3-inch and, purchase. I think 4 is fine because this is, here, let me measure the middle part here. So the middle section is 3 inches. So I think if we shoot to focus on learning how to, get a smaller design pattern, and getting those dots a little tighter. I'm not saying in green. Oh, yeah, I guess you could do green. I use a Faber-Castell water pencil for wood. Yeah. Thank you for the follow, Lori. They're so much fun. They really are a lot of fun. But remember what happened. We would be doing 4-inch rounds if your live host hadn't purchased the wrong size. Well, let's put it this way. I thought I purchased the right size, but I didn't pay attention to the drop down. But I wanted to put it out there. Yeah, so you had mentioned that chalk marker. The only thing I'm wondering about, though, is there a way to get that to stay so you're not losing those lines if you make a mistake? I did mine freehand, so I'm sure there is something. I just haven't investigated it, but it would be an investment for some of you. I did add some ornaments to the shopping list. It's not too difficult to use the same stencil that we have, but it's not rounded, so there's a few challenges to it. All right, if you're new here, say hi in the chat. We are kind of talking ahead of ourselves. We have a few that have been painting with me for a little while, and it is still a beginner dot art live, so we go over a lot of the same things over and over, which works because sometimes even I say or hear something new. So hi, thank you for sharing the live, Simply Me. And I gotta remember her name. I can't for the life of me. When y'all have, like me, a brain that's... Oh, and listen, before I listen. So there were 2 students that they're trying to work ahead. Before the semester even started. So I got an email. They were checking in on me, and I hadn't heard from them in weeks, but I had set them up for success with just little tidbits. And one of them messaged me. She had her baby. So that was fun. She's like, I just wanted you to know that I had my baby and I aced my first exam because of you. I was like, oh. So, hi, Soapy Samuels. Thank you for the follow. So anyways, I digress, but that was kind of like one of those things. I'm like, oh, I saw her name pop up in Messenger, and I was like, oh, what does she want now? But she wanted to say thank you, and she aced her exam and had her babe. So that was cool. Okay, I have glitter everywhere. All right, so the goal we decided was we're going to work on this pattern here as our outer edge. Okay? And we're going to do every other guide mark. Now, if you're new, a really big piece of... Oh, that'll be cool. Are you going to... I think if you like what you saw from Electric Mandala, that you should look into painting the way she does. I think you might actually enjoy that. It's not hard, but it's different. It's not... I think you could do it yourself here. But I purchased from her. The shipping was a little expensive because Canada. But okay. So, who's ready? Who's painting? Everybody's ready. I think we're going to do these guide marks. And remember, I don't go right on it. I come up a little bit so the walking dots can come around it. Um, so we're going to do every other blue rod. Awesome. You've been trying with the dotting tools or her little paint things. You could also do that with dimensional paint in the bottles. Electric mandala. She's awesome. Okay. I mean, that's still, but yeah, that gives you, and there are other artists that do that. This is just one, yeah. You could easily do that. You just have to learn how to control the bottle. Okay. Hi, everybody. There are quite a few people in here tonight. Does anybody have any questions? If you're new here, drop a, what should we say? If you're new here, drop a black heart. I don't know. Drop something in the chat. Say hi. Tell us where you're tuning in from. Well, I don't want to do a black or white. So let's go with this. Oh, I used a lot of that. Let's use this darker gray. Did anybody else do anything fun? I'm kind of jealous of Cece painting outside, though. I'm not gonna lie. So we're gonna use that guide mark so that everything stays put. Hi, Lori from Michigan. Thank you for sharing the live. I am painting since I'm. You are the reason. There's got to be a song for that, Judy. Lori, is your skies cleared up too? We all had a rough patch of horrible weather. Not weather, smoke. And then one day it was really hot. It was really hot, and the sky was like that, and ugh. But yeah, we cleared up too. Actually, today was quite a beautiful day. So now remember, if you're dotting with a bigger tool, your goal is that you want enough paint to not have to go over that dot again, and you get somewhat of a little mound. I don't know why, but primarily because you don't want it to be like rippled. And I got to go get a paper towel because I forgot that. Oh, so yeah, I just use paper towels to clean off the tool if you're new here. And it gets a little messy. I mean, I'm messy. Look, one swipe and I've already got paint on my hand. Okay, put that away too. Hi, Sammy Joe. Thank you for the follow. Yes, good. I'm glad to hear that. Okay, so our next is going to be walking dots, and quite a few. That one is 3. Let me see real quick here what I think. So 1, 2. I think we're going to do 4 rows of walking dots, which is probably going to bring us out to about here. 2, 3, 4. And then we'll have to figure out what we're going to do in there. Hi, how are you? Hi, Angie. You made a huge mess with what? I swear, I mean, the people that can do these crafts with like pretty nails and all that, I am not that. I am not that person. Oh no. Well, Is it beyond using a Q-tip? I'm going to assume. Thank you for the heart, me. So again, I don't want to focus on the black and the white just yet. I want to break that up a little bit. So let's just start with the lighter gray. And I'm going to use the small end of the yellow tool for our very first row. And remember, oh, see, don't do what I just did. I have a bad habit of holding my tool on its side. You want to hold your tool straight up and down so that paint will drip off. If you need more, tap, 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 tap. Okay, I don't count the dots either. Your goal is to get your drops around. If you're having a hard time getting around, you may need a little more paint. Okay? But again, you want and go slow. Don't go fast. That we're in slow down mode. We are here to enjoy dots of paint dry. Yeah, that just you can't fight it. You know, it just happens. Messes happen. I remember one time I had was new to brush strokes, and I ran out of paint. That's kind of weird. So and I put my hand, I went to do the next set and I put my hand in the wet brush strokes. Oh, what a mess. I mean, I'm glad I noticed it, well, obviously, and felt it before I moved my wrist and got it all over the board. So yeah, I'm having a hard time with the small end of the yellow. So if you are too, that's fine. I have a solution. Okay, you can do this. You can do a dot and go back for more paint and then touch like that. Try that. So I'll do it again. So if you're having a hard time, and I actually went on that ring. I don't normally have a hard time with the second side. It's that first side. All right, so you're going to touch and touch and then dip again. And then should be able to get all the way around. You may not be having the same problem I am, but going to make the rounds and scroll. No worries. I appreciate you for stopping in. I know I wanted to do that a little bit today, but I ended up signing up to be a UGC creator on Fiverr, so that was a learning curve. Not something I enjoyed spending my day doing, but now that I've done it, I'm happy about it. So dot and dot, and then get a little bit more, and then touch that dot, and then go around. It just gets you a little bit further around. I don't know why I'm just not able to get all the way around. Thank you for the follow, Patricia. Yeah. It doesn't matter how much paint I put on the tool, I'm just not able to get around, and that's the small. This should get around. I don't know why it's not, but maybe it's the paint mixture. I don't know. So yeah, so you can always do the triangle. and go around. So remember the triangle, it's just a little different because you're, you know, you're not coming up to make the petal. But yeah, I don't know. Strange, because usually when it's got white in it, you know, it's thinner. But we're almost done. We'll leave it at that. Thank you for the follow, Cynthia. Thank you. I appreciate it. We are on du.art now, Patricia. Yeah, that's, like I said, I don't know why. Normally I don't have a problem with that one, but for some reason that paint was not behaving. Hi, Dada. Okay. Thank you for the follow, Cynthia. Appreciate you. Thank you for all liking the live. All right, so these should be the last dots I made. So, let's just do 4. I might do. Let's do it this way. Yeah, let's do 3. I'm gonna see what, or 5, 4. I want to see what 4 looks like next to this. And I'm going to use the large end of the... Actually, you know what? We had such a problem. I'm going to use the large end of the white. And I am going to stir this paint because it has settled. So I got a few pictures from everybody. Did anybody do any painting over the weekend other than the ones that sent me pictures? No? Maybe? Ooh. All right, so I have the large end of the white, and I have a big old chunk of paint. So remember, this is going to be the one where we come up a little bit, drop the paint, and do our little triangle. Okay? So yeah, then we'll come up here for the next one and all the way up here for the last one. If you're new here and you have any questions working on a 12... Oh! Just read. Nice. 12-inch Raven Plaques has pretty. I bet that's pretty. That's another thing. I've never purchased any of those center plaques. I just do mirrors. But some of them are they're really pretty. Somebody was doing one with, now remember, I'm using my guide marks to know where my dot needs to go. Sunflowers. It was sunflowers. I don't remember who was doing it, but it was really pretty. But you know, I like that. It's a decal? So it's not the metal? I don't know if they're tin or what they're... No. Oh. And how do you get it to stick to the board? Is it wood? This is really hard for y'all to see. Hang on, I'm going to lower you a little bit. See if that helps. Is that a little better? There we go. A little better. Thank you for sharing the live, Stacy. I appreciate that. That gets us new friends. So does chatting and all the things, but it's hard to chat and like and all that when you're painting. Like I just learned that I could like my own live the other day. Thank you for sharing the live, Angie. Appreciate that too. So yeah. So how do you get it to stick? I know you're painting. Just sticks really well. DVT decal. Oh, cool. Oh, all right. I'm going to clean that up. That is just not where that needs to be. So if you make a mistake and you catch it like now, immediately, and it's probably a little hard for you all to see, but I went in a little bit too close with those two dots. So you wet the Q-tip, and then you roll it towards you. And then you hope you don't smear what was wet, which I did, but it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Because it's fine. It's fine. That's cool. Thank you for the follow just for my art. Ah, I like that. Keep things. There we go. Now, you don't have to do the triangle. I just found that sometimes teaching people that helps them place their dots a little bit more symmetrical. But you don't have to do it that way. Somebody showed me that way, and I think it helps. Thank you for the follow, Angie. If you're new here, say hi in the chat. Tell us where you're at. We're all a friendly group. There are some that have been here with me painting, so some are painting live at home with me. We haven't quite figured it. Well, I'm going to lie. I did not spend any time figuring out the whole guest thing. I said I was going to do that. A liar. I did not. But anyways, so our goal is to paint live together in a way where there's boxes open and people can paint along. You don't have to paint exactly like we are, but probably like match the color palette. And you can paint on whatever you want. And then we would, be able to talk and then kind of like reveal the paintings at the end. I bought a kit and want to do this one. It's fun. It's fun. Angie, you are in the right place. It's fun. And I do go over a lot of the beginner patterns. You are catching us on night 2 of a 6-inch round. This is all beginner stuff. Everything you see here is beginner. But I go over it, like these are walking dots. I go over how to troubleshoot some things just from what I've been taught, how I learned, how I've done things. So you're welcome to join us. We're live every Sunday through Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern, until, it depends, about 10:30. It depends. Sometimes it's a little sooner, just depends on how efficient we are and where we end up. But a 6-inch round usually takes us 2 nights. I do upload the entire live. And if you're interested in that and like painting at a different date, just message me through there. Oops, I guess I just realized I'm not even on camera. There should be an orange box at the bottom with a white arrow in it. You can message me there. You can ask me for the beginner supply list, how to get to the lives. It's going to ask you for an email address, but I do not. I do. I don't need an email. I can message you right here. Hi, I bought. No, there are some standard patterns that most mandala artists use, but many come up with their own twist on it. I do modify some of them just because of it being alive and wanting to get through some of the steps in a timely manner. But I mean, I'd like to say that I came up with this idea of doing my love stones, but I'm probably not the very first person that's ever done this. So it would be rare that you would meet a mandala artist that can truly say they made up their own design. Just we all because the reason is because it the art of mandala tends to focus on like a flower pattern. Like a lotus flower tends to be one of the more commonly used flower patterns. But like we did this one live too, and this is a rainbow pattern. But you can see, depending on the pattern that you do, it changes, the color palette you do, it changes everything. So like the pattern we're doing right now with the gray, this here is this same pattern, but look how different it looks with the gray. Yes, that one was definitely vibrant. I agree. That was my very first ever rainbow mandala. And the live community wanted to see that, so we did it. And we were very happy with it. So yeah, you're welcome to obviously join us 8 p.m. Eastern Standard till, like I said, about 10 o'clock, 10:30. And then if you want, you'll be able to catch up with the live recordings after that. All right, so let me see. We're going to move up in size. Okay, so that's blue, and that would be... All right, so we are going to move up to the large end of the blue because I want to get some space going here. So, just above. And then these are going to go right on. So make that triangle. Tap it out if you need to get that second dot. All right, and then we should be able to make it all the way around now. Okay. Hi, how are you? You made it. And again, I do not count the dots. I just do it. You can. There's nothing about it that says you can't. Let me stir this paint though. There's nothing that says you can't. It's just I don't. My whole goal is to really not have to think a whole lot. Good. Other than the big old hole in the backyard, it was good. Our skies cleared up, so that was good. We're not living in smog anymore. So that's good. How was yours? Did you do anything fun? Cece's painting outside tonight. Kind of jealous. Welcome, everybody. Hello. Thank you for being here. If you have any questions, please ask them in the chat. If you're new here, say hi in the chat. Am I in frame? Yeah, pretty much. So I think for the last row, I was going to go to green, but I don't think, I think we'll just use blue again. We'll see. Because, yeah, we'll just use blue again. Thinking ahead. Thank you all for liking the live and sharing it and doing all those things. I know tapping is tough when you're painting. And like I said, it wasn't until last week where I realized I could actually tap my own live. It's kind of weird. Yes, I like my own live. So I know several of you messaged me and said you had, like, thank you for the follow. You went bowling? Oh. Yeah, bowling is fun. I'm terrible, absolutely terrible at it, but boy, do I have fun gutter balling that thing. Like when I get a strike or a spare, I'm like, ooh. No, I used to watch a show called Bowling for Dollars. Does anybody remember that show? Obsessed with that show. You would have thought that I would have maybe become a better bowler. Nope, not at all. I cannot. If I break 100, it's a miracle. Literally a miracle. One time I think I got a... No, that wasn't me. I didn't get a turkey. Oh, a tournament? Yeah, well, I thought I was league material, but my score would not agree. Oh my goodness. They used to make fun of me because literally I was obsessed with that show. He wants to go pro. Oh my God, that sounds fun, Judy. He wants to be a pro bowler? Oh my goodness. I hope so. He's got to be better than me. And like I said, I loved it. You could not, I knew I wasn't good, but that never made me, if somebody said, let's go bowling tonight, I'd be like, sure. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. So it's not, you just bowl, and then if you guys do well, then that's cool. Yeah. So there I go again with using the side of my tool. That is such a bad habit. Don't do what I do. Try and hold your tool up, straight up and down. You're going to be more successful getting your dots. I have a bad habit of using the side of my tool. It's just not effective. Oh, it's so pretty, Judy. So pretty. So Jessica finished hers. Um, I know she said her mom was so excited for her. She bought her a bunch of 3 and 4 inch rounds. So she has both sizes. I know a couple people messaged me. But if you are interested in working on practicing for the ornaments, hello, how are you, Tara? Welcome to my little tiny corner of mandala land. So, yeah, no, it's coming out great. So Deserted Bliss just joined us, guys. So remember, she's the one who does the bliss drops we use frequently, and then also does the cactus juice. So she is, gosh, I don't know how long. I mean, I followed her on another platform for years before I came over here. I don't know. I like it over here. Thank you, Pixie Stitch, for the follow. But yeah, most of you, if you've been over there, she goes live and mixes colors together. It's so cool. But I know several of Judy had some in her cart. We haven't decided if we're going to use any, did we? Hi, thank you, Pixie Stitch. Thank you for joining the fan club and the Heart Me Too. I appreciate that. Yeah, we haven't quite figured out if we're going to add some bliss drops or not yet, but I know it's pretty cool. I agree. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome. All right, so we're going to go up and do our last row. I think I'm going to stick without not using the black, because even though I like it, I want to use that over in this area. So, Pixie Stitch, do you do any crafts? Do you dot art? So I'm just going to make that, even though I'm still using the large end of the blue, I am making that triangle just a little bigger than I did with the last one. And then the rest of them will be normal. They whatever happens. You know what I mean? Hang on, let me do do as I say, not as I do. There we go. Yes, I do a lot of different crafts. Very cool. Well, you are in the right place. This is a beginner live. It may not look like it if you're new to dot art, but all of these things that are going into this painting are beginner techniques and patterns. I mean, not without practice, of course, but pretty, pretty, pretty. Yeah, so we, as a community, I kind of open it up to voting as to what we're going to do next. And one of the community members, Judy, wanted to do a black and gray 6-inch round. She's involved in something. Anyways, long story short, that's what we're working on. But everything here mostly uses the beginner dotting tools and a few other little things that you might need to start, like a stencil, and you don't have to have the tools. It does help, especially if you decide you want to paint along with someone, because like I tell them I'm painting with the large end of the blue. It just helps them. Yes, I just didn't know. I don't know who might be on here that may also be involved. So I don't know if it's like a surprise thing or any of that. I wish I had time to get involved, way more involved on the arts and crafts side of. There's so much stuff, so much stuff. I was eating my dinner and oh my gosh, spacing on her name. When it comes to this hour, my brain has shut down. As I've read, I've studied, I've done so much stuff until I get to. Anyway, she was making or finishing up one of her like glitter mugs. That was so pretty. Like I would love to do that. I mean, I've made the tumblers with the resin. Oh, okay. So that's cool. Thank you for the follow, Lily. Well, that's cool. Okay. So who is the host for that exchange then? Because I think that's really cool. And do you do it like every so many months? Or, I mean, I think you called it a summer exchange. I don't know why I am so congested. Really don't. I have no reason to be. Jenna, the crafty teacher summer. Oh, you mean Jenna from whatever that? Oh, you did tell me that. You did tell me that. Okay, I remember now. That isn't, and I remember saying that isn't somebody I'm. Does she go live? Not that she has to, but. Hi, Nikki. Well, we call it mandala or mandala style dot art. This one can be whatever you want it to be. No, not no, but Angie, that might be something fun to do with our community. But many times, Nikki, I'll put a magnet on the back, and then they can go on your refrigerator. We use them a lot here in the live for practicing. So it's more of a learning how to do different patterns, getting your dots placed. There's quite a few community members painting along right now. Can you, thank you. Yeah, we have a good time. Judy, next time she goes live, can you share her live with me so that I can catch up with her? That's probably why I don't catch her, because she goes on when because if she goes on 8 and she's in Cali, yeah, tag me so that I can, unless you have and I just missed that. I hate that. But yeah, so this is a live for mandala style dot art or dot art. And it's really a way for people to figure out if they really like the craft, and then maybe want to invest more in it. I try to get new people to really go into this as minimally as possible, because just like with any craft, you can go in and spend a couple $100 and you're like, and then you've got, I mean, you might not waste everything, but it just wasn't for you. Like I want to get some more resin, because I do miss working with resin, or whatever they call that anymore. Resin, right? Yeah, resin. And I didn't know that what's the name of the, there's a company that's really popular in resin. That's good. Yeah, like I said, to me, if you're live, you can't, you can't. You cannot expect people to say, oh, I'm never going to do that, because you're literally opening yourself up to the public around the world. I don't know. I know people that are original creators, and their stuff, which of course it wasn't copyrighted or trademarked, or whatever, yeah, trademarked, was stolen and on websites, and it wasn't her work, but her image. Yeah, Let's Resin. Yeah, I didn't know that they were a TikTok shop. So that's cool. So I'd like to, because the reason I say that is just like somebody was saying, the person who asked what's this going to be. It really is a nice effect when you these smaller ones do a layer of resin over the top, and then they can sit like in a little easel on table, bookshelf, something like that. So I love that. So, and I actually make knife scales. They're called the handles for knives. They're called scales. So I do that. I put glitter in them. As a matter of fact, I'm going to digress for a second here real quick, just to show you, because it's hard to explain. But it's easy to grab and break stuff. It's easier to show you than, and I don't want to get in trouble because they are on the ends of knives, but, so I make, like, these are porcupine quills, and then, so that's in resin, and then I have it attached, but it's I don't know what kind of knife that is. But so I get the blanks, and then I finish it. And then this is one, it's kind of hard to see, but I don't know if you can see, like, there's dried flowers in that one. And then, of course, glitter and stuff. So I did that. But this is my fillet knife, because I like to fish, and so that knife has been used an awful lot. And I kind of did it all on my own. Like, I would have to say, like, I feel like I was an originator on that, especially the porcupine quills. I don't think anybody's done that. But so that's what I want the resin for, because I miss doing that. It's kind of a messy job, though. I got to go outside with the Dremel and all that stuff. Yeah. Thank you for the follow. Thank you, Sandra. Sandra, how are you? Sneaking in there. I've only ever resin coated it was either a 10 or a 12-inch round for, like I told you, the lady that was, well, oh, hang on, I got a puzzle piece today. I'm glad I stopped and looked at that. We're good, we are good. Just, all right. So, all right. So I think I don't really want to do a swoosh that long. Hold on, Judy. Hold on. All right, is everybody at about the... Well, yeah, well, see, now the centerpiece, if it's plastic, will absolutely react because, you know, that resin heats up. So, yeah, be careful with that. Okay, guys, what do you think? So that pattern here is basically like that. Fills in here. I think we'll just do it and then figure out what to do in here. We may just do 3 dots. Dot, dot, dot. Thank you for sharing the live, Mary. Appreciate that. You guys are liking the live. Somebody's got their finger tapping. Okay. Now, what do I want to do? I really think I want to go black and then finish with white along here. So, but let's see. We're probably going to start with one size and do them all the same size. So let me do the large end of the blue. I want to see how far. Yeah, I think start with the large end of the blue, and if you can't make your swoosh long enough, then switch to the green. I'm going to let you guys kind of figure out your flow there. If you're good with the large end of the blue, use that, but if you have to because you're not quite getting it down that far, just switch. And remember, we're using these guide marks for a reason. So we're ending here. Oops. We're ending on that one guide mark. Hi, Kara. How are you? Welcome in, everybody. Thank you for being here. If you're new here, say hi in the chat. Tell us where you're tuning in from. If you have any questions, let us know in the chat. Somebody will surely answer them. That's good. I'm glad. I'm glad to see you here. Thank you for the follow, Raul. Thank you for being here. Thank you guys for tapping it out and sharing it out and reposting it and doing all the things that we need to do. That's fantastic. So yeah, so like I said, if you can't get your swoosh down to that line, switch to a larger tool. That's fine. Or you can get more paint on your tool. You Detroit. Hello, how are you? Your sky's cleared up too, Kara? Everybody says their skies have cleared up. We had a really pretty day here today, so I'm glad to hear we're not all sucking in cigarettes unnecessarily. Thank you for the heart, me. I appreciate you for being here. So we are moving along. Oh, okay. So Angie, back to your question. We were talking about an exchange, but you had a good idea. do we want to do an exchange when we get working on these ornaments? That would be fun. No. Oh. Oh no. Yeah, I think that would be fun. I really think that would be fun. So let's talk more about getting ready to do ornaments because it is an investment. Like you're gonna, I mean, again, I always say this, and I'm just trying to be like conscientious of funds. So you can get whichever ornaments you want. But I was looking and it's a medium and a large, and they were like up to like $20 for a box. So I don't remember how many was in it. It might have been a dozen. So I mean, I guess if you do like the math, but that's why I thought we would start with the wood rounds. Why? Why is it a lot of work? There's not many people here. We don't have a whole bunch of people here. I mean, we do right this minute. Cookies. Oh, you can't even say that word. Really? Oh, huh. Either whatever you guys want to do is fine. I just know that I think some people have the expectation of like adding the glitter and everything and kind of doing the whole thing. But whatever we do is going to work on anything because it's going to be round. I actually saw some that were the wooden ones too, that were ornaments. It is, Jen, right? It is. I have the fan blowing on me, so it's actually drying pretty quick too, which is nice for a change. So I am pausing a little bit more in between here. Hello, everybody. Thank you for being here. If you have any questions, please drop them in the chat. It is a live for beginner.art. I know if you're just tuning in, you're probably saying there's no way that's a beginner project. And in some concepts or some respects, that is slightly accurate, but all of the techniques here are beginner. And actually, this is actually on a larger scale than maybe a person that's more experienced would do starting off a pattern. But we do beginner. Everything is beginner. There's no brush strokes or anything. This is all with dotting tools. Oh, I think you're all just going to get a number, 1 through whatever, and, like on one of those spinning things. I want to do this as simple as possible in the questionnaire. I'm not doing that. You're right. Judy, that is too much work. Yeah, I think, the spinning wheels, I won't put everybody's name in it. If there's like, 20 people that want to do it, and you can message me privately for that, and then we'll get your name on there, and we'll spin the wheel, and that night, Judy, you get number 1. Obviously, you won't get your number, hopefully. But you know what I mean? I think we can do it. we're talking about maybe if we can figure out an easy way for me to do it, a ornament exchange when we start practicing towards doing ornaments. So, oh, it's a Christmas ornament. They're gonna love it. Doesn't matter. They're gonna like it, and they're gonna love it because you guys are gonna, you know each other. So yeah, so that's what we're talking about doing. So I don't know if you saw my note or my post, Jen. So I asked who has available to them 3 and 4 inch rounds so that we can, my original plan, as you remember, or may not remember, was to work on 4 inch rounds, but I ordered 6 inch. So my goal is for the group, since there's quite a few individuals, you know what we could do to eliminate any palette issues? We just, whatever palette we pick, everybody paints the same palette, and that's the one we exchange. I think that would be like whatever palette it is. It's a Christmas ornament. So, I mean, we can, whatever. We got plenty of time. I say that, but I feel like it's right around the corner. But Jen, so yeah, so the goal would be, the ornaments are about 3 inches, your painting surface. Thank you for sharing the live, Cindy. But right now you see how, this is large. We want to be able to get our dots. So we need to practice on a smaller scale. So I was asking who had, access to the wooden rounds. And if you don't, like we've always talked about, and I don't remember whose idea it was, who brought it up, but it was a great idea. You can practice on paper right along with us. Perfect. Yeah, so I think 3 inch, 4 inch, both would work fine because these are 4 inch, but this measures like 3. So, but yeah, we would have to practice to get into that right frame of mind because we've been practicing with pretty large, trying to find where it dried up, dots. So yeah, that's what I was saying. There's my overreact. Yes. I get one a night at least. Thing cracks me up. So yeah, so we need to talk about that. So we're going to finish this tonight. What does everybody want to do tomorrow? Do we want to start working towards this, or do we want to wait till another week till everybody kind of gets organized? Or I'm really open to. Okay, I'm gonna do 4. I think I'm gonna do 4. 4. I'm sorry, 2, 3, and then finish with the white. Or if you have the stencil and the paper, Sandra, until you get them, you can practice on the paper. I feel like, it is kind of what the goal was. I just ended up buying the wrong things. I know what I'm going to do, though, is I have several here I can paint on the back of, which is why I suggest buying these, is because if you don't like what's on this side and you're practicing, I can just paint on the back side of all of these. So I have plenty. Well, some have dimensional dots on there, so those obviously I can't use because it won't lay flat, but so I have. But yeah, So that's an option. I mean, I'd like, you know, if you want us to progress to that. So I'm still with the large end of the blue. If anybody, I don't, if you were, oh, you already have some ornaments. Well, that's cool. I mean, you're welcome to, you're welcome to paint directly on them if you want. I just know I need some practice. Oh, you missed my reveal of my original ornaments. I'm like, oh, I didn't know they were like that. But yeah, if you started with the large end of the blue and had to switch to the green, you do now have to go down to that blue or you're not going to have enough room. Most of us will be painting on plastic. Are yours glass? If you're going to paint on glass, I don't know. I know that when I paint on glass, I use the multi-surface, which is not what we'll be using. We're just going to be using regular acrylics. Oh, they're glass. Yeah, I don't, regular acrylics, I would say aren't gonna, I just don't think they would cure on there. But if you had the multi-surface, that's what it's made for. So I try to get down to that tip, but I'm having my ornament. Oh my god! Yeah, Sandra, I think you or the wood rounds. I mean, they have ornament ones that are wooden too. That's fine. Yeah, we were talking about that. Judy dropped a note in the chat about where she found some plastic ones, and it didn't look like they were all that pricey. How is everybody doing that's painting? Am I going too fast? Am I going too slow? I don't want you to feel like you're rushing. So, I mean, remember, we're going to finish. But if you feel like you're getting overwhelmed, that's not what I want. The goal when we're painting is that you're enjoying yourself. So, if you need to pause and know that the live will be uploaded in full, and you can always go back to it. Oh, I never looked there. They have I never looked there. Probably because I really don't have any of that accessible. I have to drive about 45 minutes to get to any, and yeah, I don't know what happened with that one, but I'm leaving it alone. So take your time. It's going to be uploaded. I mean, we're here for moral support. Just take your time. I know that you got to get it in, but we're getting there. That's why I wanted to check in, because I don't, And I'm going to have to actually go smaller the last two swooshes here. I don't want anybody feeling like they have to rush. You got yours from, okay. Well, I'm sure whatever the end product is, Judy, she's going to love it. But I think just by participating, that's, you kind of get to know people when you're, in those lives. And I don't know how long you've been following her, but it sounds like several of you have been in there for a while. So, that's cool. That's crazy that, I get it, right? I bet, you know what I bet it is? I bet shipments got delayed and yours is still, they're using that because they're still kind of on a delay. I bet that's what it is. Every time I think about Amazon flying, you know who I think? Oh no, it was FedEx. I made a big boo-boo on this one. I hit the other line and it skipped. Wow. That's cool. Yeah. Hi, Jeep and Jilly. Yeah, I'm sure. They probably couldn't do a whole lot of delivering, All right, I am going to actually downsize to the large end of the white, just so that I know that I can get these last rows in here the way I want to. Judy, if you have more space, that's fine. Okay? Just because I'm going down, it's because I'm worried that when I come in here with these last two, I'm not going to have enough room. Oh, and then flooding. Oh my gosh. Okay, so does that make sense? I'm just going down because I'm coming in with a... And then if you don't get all the way down, just flip your tool around. Now you can do these any way you want. They can all be the same length. Oh, bummer. They can all be the same length. They can be touching. They can be separated. You can do whatever you want. I got to fix that now. My goal was that they weren't touching, but they are now. Just remember that you don't have a lot of time to fix swooshes. Because that paint that's good enough. That paint dries, even though it doesn't look like it is, it does. So they're going to touch. Again, that wasn't my original plan, but they are now. So you can do anything you want. Like this one, they were all about the same height. Hi, Dawn. How are you? Thank you for the heart me. You can change it up. You can separate them. That's the beauty of swooshes. Okay? How are you? And remember, we're still using those guide marks to guide us. So that, oh, I looked away for a second there. Something flashed on my screen. Good, good. We're just watching paint dry. Does anybody that's out there, there's quite a few new people, I am sure. If you have any questions, please ask them in the chat. We are a very friendly group of people. Welcome. And this is a live for beginner.art. I know if you are just tuning in right at this minute, it may not look that way because we're finishing up a project. But I promise you that if you stick around and come back, I go over all of the beginning parts of beginning.art and give you tips and tricks to fix stuff. There are several of the community painting along, so some have been here for several weeks and have gotten tools and supplies, and now they paint live with me in their own homes, but we have a good time. Depends on what night it is and what we're talking about, but so Judy, I don't know, you don't have to overlap all the way to the end either. So remember, when you're coming down here, it's up to you how you do this. I personally prefer having them come in as much and this last row kind of overlap. It depends though, because if they're looking good and I'm having a good night and everything's flowing, I don't worry about it. But in this case, I'm having them come in, I don't know if you can see that, and float over the ends of the other ones. It's just, it depends. Like if I'm really having a good painting night, sometimes I don't even, it doesn't matter. But sometimes I just need to just clean that up and then I just float it over it. You know, it can clean up edges if you need it to. It's just, I don't know. I feel like it's a way to, if your edges didn't come out good, and you can float that right over it and then just finish it up. Oh, that's going over a little too far, but okay. One more. Remember to use your guide marks to get everything to line up. Okay, moving along. But yeah, for those of you that tuned in late, this is one of the ornaments. You know what? I don't. Let me finish up because I don't want glitter all over my project. I pulled them out and there was glitter everywhere. I don't know why, but I mean, there's glitter in there, but I don't know why it came out. Thank you for the heart. Thank you for the heart me. Thank you for the heart me. Thank you for liking the live. Thank you for sharing it out, doing all of the things and chatting. You guys are doing all the things. And painting on top of it all. All right. Let me find, everything's pretty wet. These are the first two. Okay. So my original plan was to come in here with the white, and then I'm going to stop here. All right, let's still focus on that. Or do we want to come up here? No, I think I'm just going to keep the white level. Or do we want to do white? Do we want it? Yes, that went quick. Somebody's got a thing. I don't know if I want to do white, Judy. Do we want to do white? Judy, do you have bliss drops? Do you want to do bliss drops? Because I'm thinking, well, we need to top dot here. I'd like to top dot here. It's probably going to have to wait until tomorrow. We can do something here. I would like to do bliss drops here and probably here, but something. You want it, or which color? And those of you that do not have bliss drops, it's fine. I'll do both. I have this one, Scorpion. So what I'll probably do with those of you that don't have bliss drops, we'll top dot the center one together. Okay, I don't think it matters which one we use. You could use either. I mean, you could use whatever one you have. I'm thinking of using them here. So it's either going to be here. No. Hang on a minute. All right, let's just do the white. Well, unless you want to wait, maybe you don't like the way the white looks. And I actually am still using the large end of the white. If you don't like it, then you don't have to use it. You got an opportunity to... Okay. There must be something on the board there. Okay. But if you don't want to use the white, you can use another color. I'm just using the white because I feel like I need to balance this with this outer ring. But if you don't like it, use another color. Remember, I tell you, we will not all paint alike. Ever. And we shouldn't. We should be able to be like, you know what, I don't really like that. I'm going to do what I want to do. And that's what I want you to explore here while we're live, you know. Just be careful because the swooshes are not fully dry, remember? So you're going to end up coming across some that the edge might be dry enough, but you don't want to get too close to it. Yay! Exactly, Kara. And that's what I want everybody to explore while you're here. This is one of those places where I guarantee you, and I mean, I know that like following along and all of that is, that you want to do that. I mean, it does give you the opportunity to like practice and all of that, but I didn't have a lot of room here. But exploring, your options, right? Hang on a minute. I got to go over this again, which is going to be hard because telling you, going over a swoosh is not easy. Oh, did I get to see it? I didn't see it again. Lenny, thank you. Thank you, Lenny. So I see it on my laptop, but not the actual visual. I have to be on my phone, looking at my phone. Yeah, but thank you. I appreciate you. I will see it in the, what do you call that? Replays. I will see it in the replays. So, like I said, oh, okay, so let's backtrack since I was just thinking of this. So we want to practice tomorrow, working on a smaller pattern. Am I correct? So a 3 or 4, doesn't matter which size. If you have 3s, that's fine. If you have 4s, that's fine. Our goal is to paint in that 3-inch pattern. If you have 4, you can finish out the pattern on the edge. Okay. I still haven't found the time to try this yet. Paper. Or rocks. I mean, what do you have available? Do you have 110-pound paper available to you? Do you have rocks available to you? So whatever you have available to you is what I would suggest using. So yeah. Yeah, use both. The paper though, just know regular paper, it will curl and it might make you annoyed. So if you have the 110-pound, that will help. That one went off. But the rocks, yeah, if you have rocks available, paint on them. We haven't done a rock in a little while, but if you paint on paper, you can paint with us. Now, when you got did you get the stencil too, or did you, canvas is hard because when you push down, the canvas gives. You have a sketchbook? You could try doing that in the sketchbook. I don't know what weight the paper is. That's the only thing. Yeah, the canvas, like once you practice, you can absolutely do it on canvas. I just wouldn't use a canvas as my starting point just because it gives There is a texture to it too. Yeah, and then like I said, if anything, um, did you get the stencil? Just trying to figure out if you can paint along with us, but yeah, yeah, it has a slight texture, yeah. All right. So if you are new here and you are thinking about getting into dot art, I have a supply list available to you. You don't have to, it's for reference, really only. But if you, okay, hang on one second. If you want a list of like beginner dot art supplies, there is a orange box at the bottom, left-hand corner with a white arrow, and you can shoot me a message there just saying, send me your supply list or whatever. It may ask you for an email address. I don't need an email address. Yes, tomorrow will be a new project. Tomorrow we're going to work on 4-inch rounds or 3-inch rounds, whichever one you have available. I was getting ready to ask a color palette. So this is a stencil. You don't need it. You can absolutely freehand. You don't need it, but it does make life easier when you have it. If you have a compass and a ruler, you can make guide marks. We use guide marks to do the round ones, but you can trace a round circle on the paper and find the center of it, and you could. And to begin, absolutely. And on rocks, you know, you were here, you don't need, when you do it on the stones. Okay, perfect, Jen. All right. But yeah, when you do the stones, the best part about that is they're irregular. They're not perfectly any shape. So just find center, and then you could still it's hard to paint a pattern on the stone because the stone is irregular. But you may find that the stone is a little easier for you. But yeah, you can start freehand, absolutely. All right, Judy, where are you? Last swoosh. All right. My paint is cracking. Well, not bad, but that's center dot. Okay, so which color? Which color what? Oh, heck, I don't remember now. One of the grays. I think it's because I have the fan on me last time. Hang on a minute. I heard something on the porch. Hold on. Okay. Just making sure there's not a bear trying to get in the garbage. I don't know. I've never had that happen. But the other day when we painted, I did paint with the fan on me, so I wonder if that had something to do with it. I'm in the middle of nowhere. I'm in the woods of North Carolina. Yeah, we get them here. We do. Um, so again, I'm gonna let you, Judy. Really? Okay. Oh, you do? You must be in well, I don't know. They seem to be kind of moving around all over down there too. Yeah, I don't normally. I've used white to do ombres many times. I've never really seen that happen. But our weather's been a little weird, so I mean it was hot, and then I had the fan on, so yeah. Oh, okay. But yeah, you don't really get there. You got all kinds of other things over your way. I'm actually gonna do white on the center for the center top dot. Judy, you do not have to. But I want. Hi, Lisa. How are you? As a matter of fact, I have a follower in Pennsylvania there are quite a few people that believe we have Bigfoot around here. Good, good. Um, so those of you that do not have bliss drops or anything, we're gonna top dot the center dot. I'm gonna use white. I'm gonna use the blue tool. And again, Judy, you do not have to use white. You use whatever color you want. The goal is, though, that you really... So I'm going to pull it closer to me because I got to be able to see. Hang on. My glasses are giving me grief, too. So you're going to come over. Okay. And then that did not, see how it kind of got a little wonky on this edge. I'm just going to smooth it around. The key with top dotting is you got to wait for that bottom dot to be dry. So just use a tool. I'm using the small end of the yellow to get that. Round it out there a little bit better. Okay. And then you can always go over it again lightly to smooth that out like that. All right, let me clean this off and put my glasses back on. It still looks a little wonky on that edge, but I'm not going to fight with it. Then I'm going to top dot, and you can do the same thing, but I want to show you guys options. You can do the same thing with these, top dot here with a contrasting color. Like I would even think about maybe doing black there, even though we did black here and black there. Or metallic. Do you guys want me to do a metallic on them instead of the bliss drops? Judy, you can do bliss drops. You can do whatever you want. How about I just do the metallic. That way, I mean, because the metallic is accessible to to other people. And, you know, that may not want to go out and buy extra stuff. The metallic is a little more accessible. Hi, Paula. How are you? I should shake this. I am going to use bliss drops, but not there. I just want, because we don't really do a whole lot of top dots. Because when we're live, usually everything's still wet. So, so let's see what time I got a bunch of metallics in your cart. I know. I got some cactus juice in my cart. I'm like, oh my God. All right, so I'm using the medium clear rod if you're dotting with the acrylic rods. So I'm just gonna, it's a little smaller than the dot we made. So it'll just give a little pop of color or, you know, bling and a dimension. It's a different color. Something as basic as that changes what you're looking at. And like I say, you know, you're going to have mistakes. You're going to have stuff that you're going to be like, oh my God, everybody's going to see that. And by the time you're done, nobody is going to see anything but beautiful. I know, me too. Isn't that so cool watching her? Well, I don't know. That wasn't. Yeah, I was watching her mix. Yeah, it is really. And then when she swatches them, I'm like, oh my gosh, so cool. Okay. How we doing, Judy? Pressure's on, man. Pressure's on. I need to send you an overreact. I know. I like I said, I have them in my cart, and it's just, again, as a broke student, it's like, do I need them? I want them. I want them. Judy. Are you doing okay? All right. I am not going to top dot these dots. I like the way that pattern looks. I like the way the swooshes look. What I don't love is this in here. So I'm thinking about that. This I'm not so worried about. I think I'm going to use a bliss drop on the end, which will detract from here, that space. That's what I'm thinking I would do. But because originally I was saying that I would do 3 dots. But I don't think that's the answer. Yeah. Yeah. I wish it's just tough. Like I said, I gotta decide what's more important, paying for my truck and car insurance or buying cactus juice. So I'm going to do the Bliss Drops. Let me do something. Hang on a minute. I just want to see something real quick. Uh-oh. This one's not going to come out. What? Hold on. Got to have one thing that's going to do that, right? Strange, because it's open. I don't know why it's not coming out. I got it everywhere. All right, hang on a minute. Okay, there we go. I had to just air bubble. All right, hang on. I just want to see if I just want to see one thing. Oh, that's kind of thick. I don't know. This one might be old and it's got a lot of air in it. And it's giving me some grief here. Yeah, hang on a minute. I don't know if I can use it. Hold on. Hold on. I don't want to make a mess. Never, I mean, I had that one that, maybe this was the same bottle. I've used it. We used it the other day. Hold on. Okay, let me see what's going on here. It's open, so I don't understand why it's not coming out. I mean, there's nothing plugging. Oh, there we go. Oh, boy. Now it's really coming out. I've had these for quite a while, so they last a long time. What is the surface here? This is a wooden round, really inexpensive, thin piece of round wood. If you can store them upside down. Oh, okay. I don't know. Let's talk about it because we really haven't. I keep getting on that topic, but then I digress. So what color palette do we want to paint with tomorrow? Since we're going to be practicing on Christmas ornaments. What do we want to do? I think I'm just going to do a bliss drop on the end of that. I'm just going to do a bliss drop right here. Like that. Yes, you're welcome. You're welcome. Absolutely. It's, yeah, it's just, we call them wood rounds. This is a 6-inch wood round. So any, I mean, if they're more than, they shouldn't ever be very expensive because, they're really, kind of cheap. Like you can get better ones, but the ones that you see most are going to be the cheaper ones. So let me wipe that up a little bit. There's a big old glob there. I don't want to get it everywhere. So you're welcome. Thank you for being here too. While I make a mess. All right, clean that up. So I'm just actually cleaning it up with a Q-tip. Just because I use this paper for like color palettes and stuff like that, and for practicing, but don't need a big old glob of paint on it. Okay, so that's what I did to finish those off. All right. I am going to do a swoosh from here to here, or okay, let me do something real quick. Right. Right, exactly. Let me do something real quick, Judy. You do not have to do this. I just want to see what it looks like. So I'm going to take the metallic, all right, and I'm going to do a little swoosh. Okay. Don't do it just yet. I want to see what it looks like. We can do it a little bigger if we need to. Okay, I just want to close that up a little bit. Okay, and then I'm going to take the black. Just doing a pattern real quick. Too big. Don't want it too big, but we also don't want it too small. I'm just going to do like a lace edge. I don't know what they really call it. I kind of call it a lace edge to finish that edge. Okay. And then that's probably all I would do. All right, Jen. Good night. Good night, Sandra. Yes. Okay, Jen. Have a good night at work. And then the only thing I would do, maybe if I absolutely needed to, would be a drop of bliss here, 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 and here. And I'm going to show you what I mean. And Judy, like I said, you do what you want to do, but because sometimes people don't want to finish, they don't mind the negative space. Oh, see that? Now it's coming out fast. And then I would call it a day. That's what I would do. So I'm going to finish it up that way. So I'm going to finish up. I'm going to close the black. I'll do the little swooshes of silver, which I should have waited because now I don't have any room over here. And I would come all the way up. So I'm using the small end of the white to do the swoosh. Just really hugging those dots. And again, it's really just to fill in a little bit more space. Incorporate a little bit more metallic. And I'm a little off camera, sorry. Okay. Thank you for liking the live. Great job, everybody. Appreciate. Okay, let's talk color palette because it is 12 after 10. So if we're going to practice for ornaments tomorrow, I mean, we all know ornaments can be whatever color you want. Do we want to do like a traditional red and green with gold? Oh, I got... Good night. Or do we want to do like something untraditional and do pinks? I don't care. Don't matter to me. Hi, dog mom. I know sometimes it's like when you're like for me when I'm painting, like I kind of see what I'm gonna do, but as a beginner, like a lot of things don't really make sense. But if you look at this now, you see how that swoosh just makes that petal finished. And then when you have the lace, I don't know what you want to call it, walking dots. It looks like, I'm Norwegian, so it looks like that design element that we see a lot on our traditional artwork. But I don't know what it's really called. All right, the chat went quiet. Everybody, that means either everybody's painting or everybody fell asleep with while I'm live. I know, that's what I figured. You're crochet. I love it, Carrie. You sit here and crochet with us. I love it. All right, good. All right, no worries. It's funny because like I know when everybody's concentrating because the chat goes quiet. Yeah, I feel like it doesn't. It's not lace, but there's something about it that gives me that. You know, that lacy edge kind of feel or vibe or whatever. Yeah, thank you, Lisa. Yeah, I enjoy y'all being here too. Very much. Very, very much. All right. And then, yeah, just tiny black dots. tiny. So I'm using the same small end of the white. Just hugging the edge. Hi, Jessica. I thought you finished. I don't know why I thought the picture you sent me you had finished. Or was that just something you practiced on? Well, your live host had to improvise a little bit. Oh, you did a second one. Oh, look at you go. Cool. I had to do a little improv. Thank you, Judy. Because of just the space that was left in between. So yeah, I did a little improv, and we're coming up with a solution. And yes, I will upload the entire live as I do. I'll probably try and get it going tonight and then finish it up tomorrow. It seems quite a few people pop on there and do their thing, so I like that. That's good. Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah. Well, that's cool. Yeah. And then once we get rid of the guide marks and everything, if you see, it needs something else, that's going to be on you. Like, if you want to add a little more detail somewhere, I mean, that's, some, like we discover, some people have more space and some people have less, and sometimes you have to improvise. Hi, Lenny. It is coming out pretty, right? It's hard to see certain aspects of it until it evolves. So, but yeah, I think it's coming out beautifully. And the only thing like I said, if, Jessica, do you have bliss drops? If you don't, you can, oops, I got a little wonky there. These are bliss drops here. If you don't have bliss drops, you don't have to use them. You can use a contrasting color and just do, small dots of paint there. Okay, I didn't get any answers for a color palette tomorrow. Green one. Did you send it to me? Wait. Did you send it to me and it never uploaded? Oh my gosh. Or did you post it and I just didn't see it? I mean, that's possible. Anytime you post something you guys want me to see, you gotta tag me in it, because if you don't, I might not see it. Right? I think it's a fantastic project. But yeah, so Jessica, if you don't have the bliss drops for this area that I'm going to finish up, you don't have to worry about it. You can use regular paint. Okay, if you posted it, yeah, like I said, if you don't, again, if I don't get tagged or it gets sent to me, then I probably won't see it unless I'm doom scrolling, and I don't tend to do that. I tend to be making content. Okay, so let me turn this way. So I'm kind of doing it in line with those two dots. Like that. So like a 5, a dice 5. Perfect. I'll wait 20 minutes for it to load. That's so crazy. Judy sent me stuff the other day too, and I'm like, I don't know why it just like was loading, like it was buffering or something. It was weird. So yeah, so I'm trying to line up these two bliss drops with those two regular dots. I mean, you know what? Yeah, you could use any color here. Again, just had a little bit too much negative space for my liking. So, but if you end up getting here and you don't have the negative space, don't stress about it. You may not. Your designs may be wider. There could be all kinds of things that happen. We all paint different. Okay. What takes forever? I know, it's weird. The bliss drops from Deserted Bliss. She was here earlier, as a matter of fact. Deserted Bliss. This one is the Scorpion. And Judy has Tuxedo. She said hers is black. This dries. I don't even know if that's like I don't know. Like a zinky color. But yeah, so I mean, you may not even have space. I just ended up with a lot of extra space. Okay, color palette. Tomorrow we're going to work on our Christmas ornament practice on wood rounds. 3 or 4 inch is fine, either one. Have it painted, preferably your guide mark, paint it. Your guide mark should be on it, and ready to go. Are we going to do red, green, and gold just to be traditional? Pewter. That's yeah, I can, when I look at your picture, I'll send you her, oh, I'm done. Am I done? I'll send you her profile. Yeah, that thing. Yeah, don't, you be careful on there. I'm just telling you. Remember that? Remember all that paint you bought? Okay, so let's just hit traditional and fool around with that on our first one. I'm going to carefully hold that up without it having the glare on it. Pretty. Okay. No, well, that's why you go to work. All right, Jessica, we'll talk to you later. Have a good night. Are you happy, Judy? That's all I care. I want you to be happy because I know you stressed over this. So it's very pretty. It came out very nice. Good night. Oh, good night, Jessica. Jessica's not going to bed. She's going to work. I got two of you guys that have to go to work at night. Hi, Robin. I am live usually Sunday through Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern until whatever time at 10:30ish. Usually we're done by 10:30, sometimes a little earlier. And I say usually Sunday through Thursday, but I do work as a home infusion nurse. But most of my patients I'm either home in plenty of time, but sometimes I end up picking up a patient. But yeah, if you followed me, you know, those of you that follow me, you know that if you you set notifications, you should get notifications when I go live, but I know I do that, and then I still don't get the notification. So I feel like it's not perfect. But yeah, you're welcome. Thank you for being here. Okay, so traditional 3 or 4 inch round, we will start working on like tightening up our dots, doing a much smaller pattern, getting into a frame of mind where our design is going to fit onto an ornament. I think some of the ornament sizes, the wooden ones are 3 inch, so you'll have that as an option. Again, if you don't have these, you can try and practice along with us on paper. I got one for Angela. What? You got one for Angela. What did you get one? I'm lost. Oh, yeah, that's what I mean. It's weird. So it's not, yeah, so it's not, yeah. So I don't know who's live tomorrow, but I plan on not spending as much time on my laptop as I did today. So hopefully I will be able to, I do have to study and I do have to write a paper. Oh my gosh. Is it over yet? I have 2 more weeks. 2 more weeks. And this semester will be over. But okay, red and green, gold, or some variation. You don't have to have metallic, but reds and greens and metallic, and we'll work on that. We'll work on a Christmas pattern. Ideas. I got to find a... Oh, look, I'm already prepared. Look at that. I'm ready. But I will probably paint a couple and go over like stencils and stuff because we do get quite a few new people in here that have not done that. And I have kind of gotten away from doing that. So we're going to get back to doing some of the basic stuff. Yeah. Yep. So I'll get that knocked out, and I don't know. It's kind of weird not working. Like last week I was really busy. This week I don't really have much going on. So that's kind of a bummer. But I was really busy last week. But okay, does anybody have any last minute questions? Judy, you're all set? You're happy? Thank you for the follow. If not, I think we should say goodnight. And I'm just going to paint these so that I can show people how to mark them tomorrow. Usually I have this one page that I do it all on. All right, guys. Well, you have a great night, and I will see you here tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. In the meantime, if you have any questions, yes, thank you, Kara, for being here. If you have any questions, you know how to message me. Just message me. I try to be responsive. Sometimes I miss them. If you don't hear back from me within like a day or by the time I'm live again, message me again, because that means I did not get that message. Okay? And I will see you all tomorrow. Thank you, Lenny. Thank you all for being here.